What's going on, guys? It's 5:21 in the evening of a Saturday, the 6th of September 2025. The Weaver Agency of Roseman, California, doing the diary of a griever named John Weaver, which is me. There is so much political guano, it's not even funny. Are we up to our necks in it or up to the hairline? They're still reacting on the independents regarding how Trump decided he was going to commit murder one way or another, and from what some of the speculation is, and what evidence they're trying to gather, the independents are, Trump planned this in advance, that he wanted to get into a war. Calls it the war of drugs. No, it wasn't a war of drugs. It's a war, period. He wanted to prove to people that he is more of a dictator than his fellow dictators were, by allowing his forces, which is our forces, the United States Navy, going out and picking a fight. Since we already have air cover and we already had 8 ships, cruisers, and a sub, there was a reason why we had the F-35s stationed on Puerto Rico. Sorry, guys. Lousy pronunciation for that one, for one of our territories. Unfortunately, under the Trump, we'll never see statehood. For years, for decades, they kept pleading they wanted to become statehood. Democratic tried, but actually never passed Congress. Trying to become state. That would have been something for Puerto Rico to become state. But apparently, all the territories are just territories, and that's about it. Second-class citizens. And it sucks, really. We are seeing our country going hell in a handbasket right now. We voted it in. I'm never going to let this one pass the United States voters because they screwed this one up big time. Of course, they're going to get pissy about it and probably say, "Will you get tired? Will you stop that? When are you going to get sick and tired of it?" I said, "Never. You guys fucked us over on this one." I'm not saying that the system didn't work. I'm not saying that the Electoral College didn't work. It worked as it was designed to. But it was the choice and the design of the voters who chose tyranny over this shit, and I will never forgive my fellow Americans. And people of the world will know it, because my tube is all over the damn place. Slowly but surely. And yes, in the background you hear "She Who Must Be Obeyed" wants attention. Venezuela buzz bombed our Navy just to tell them, yes, we've got aircraft. The thing I was expecting is the United States Navy to blow them out of the water. Because, that being said, we had declared war on a foreign country, and I'm expecting us to get into a shooting match. Venezuela won't. They'll show the meager forces of their military might next to our insanity. Give me a second. I gotta take care of "She Who Must Be Obeyed." Yeah. Guess who decided to join me? Madam Fuss Budget. It's still a hot button topic regarding America murdering in innocent blood. We call it protection. No, we just blew away 11 people in a boat. Not armed, no weaponry, not even threatening the military. We saw it out, we blew it away, and we said, "You're drug dealers." Ah, what I'm waiting for Trump and his administration to do, besides trying to cause death in the immigration camps, is that fatal shot coming from the National Guard. It's bad enough that we withdrew protection from a former vice president who ran for president but didn't quite come out there. That executive order was mentioned, produced, created to withdraw protection from our own former Attorney General in California. Now LAPD saying we can't do this. I can agree with LAPD. I can also agree with California Highway Patrol. Unfortunately, Miss Harris is going to have to hire security guards for herself if she wants protection. Because the Secret Service will be used for other things, such as getting rid of DEI and wokeism. That's another thing to keep dealing with and talking about. And imagine if you're in Chicago right now, you're expecting the troops to march in, roll in with caravans. And the people today were protesting. And Trump kept telling everybody, y'all paid advertisers, y'all paid agitators, y'all paid wokeism. Ah! When there was protesters on his side, they're patriots. Try this one. He gets in office. Trump does. He pardons those assholes who marched over to the Capitol to raise holy hell. And they did. So, all of them are pardoned. Sentence commuted. They're all released. And they're getting themselves busted again. But, there's a shyster out there who decides to bilk the U.S. taxpayers of money. And he's representing those same assholes who got off scot-free. Because if they join this lawsuit, they're going to sue the United States government and the taxpayers for more. One of the independents out there was having a conniption fit. I was just reading off a story concerning about it. I don't blame him. I didn't react hours ago on it. I didn't know what to think about it. It's like this administration this year has allowed so much depravity. I'm not quite sure how low we can sink at this point. But I'm thinking we can sink lower. Word to the wise of those who are in the world, stay the fuck away from us. Because we got a president who's hell-bent on listening to the rest of his cabinet who wants more insanity. You come on the shores, you're fucked. Plain and simple, guys. You're going to be a tourist, you're fucked. You're going to be a visitor, you're fucked. If you're coming over here for immigration status, you're screwed. If you're going to be trading with the United States, those who kept requesting merchandise from you, we're going to be paying more and more for it. Because he has tariffed you guys. He's going to suck up every damn thing he's got out of us. But deluded enough thinking that he's sucking it up from the rest of the world so he can make himself rich. He gets a tea party going on at the White House. Gone as it is, the Rose Garden that was created by Jacqueline Kennedy, who stayed for decades, carefully tended to by groundskeepers, plowed over, and put a god awful tea party crap on there. Umbrellas and tables and chairs, oh my. To host cotillions or something. So now we voted that shit in. Bad enough the old asshole has to put in a damn dance floor. Add a new West Wing. Put a dance floor on there so he can dance the rest of his term out. And I wouldn't put it past Congress of getting a bill snuck in without the press knowing about it, but they'll know about it soon enough. About a third term for the President of the United States. And keep this in mind, no executive order can do that one. It takes an amendment, and if they actually studied the Constitution, it's a process. It took a hell of a long for the other processes to go. Conventions, and they have to have major votes, 2/3, both House and Senate, in order to get an amendment in the Constitution to where a third party is available. And no court order can do that, only putting a law in there. And it has to be an amendment to remove the amendment that was already made a long while ago. So let me see. I need to put out the U.S. Constitution. And I will go to the archives. Oh. Let's go to Cornell. Alright, so what do I need? I need the amendments on this one. Alright, so what do we got? Let's see, it was right after two-term limit. There we go. 22nd Amendment. '22nd Amendment passed 1951. Okay. Here we go. Okay, according to the U.S. Constitution, this reads as the 22nd Amendment. Hold on, guys. No person shall be elected to the office of the President more than twice, and no person who has held the office of President or acted as President for more than 2 years of the term to which some other person was elected President shall be elected to the office of the President more than once. But this article shall not apply to any person holding the office of the President when this article was proposed by the Congress, and shall not prevent any person who may be holding the office of the President or acting as President in the term within which this article becomes operative from holding the office of the President or acting as President during the remainder of such term. Section 2. This article shall be inoperative unless it has been ratified as an amendment to the Constitution by the legislatures. Okay, I'll try this one. 3/4 of the several states within 7 years from the date of its submission to the states by the Congress. And since this was already done back in the 1950s, I mean, shit. Section 2. But Section 1 is telling us, you got 2 terms, that's it. 1 term is 4 years. 2 terms is 8 years. Deal with it. Trump had did 1 year and got voted out of office. He's got the 2nd term. Already in the 1st year, he's already showing that he's more of a dictator than he was in the 1st term. This is what he's doing. He's screwing over the people left and right. So basically, he's using everything he can to show that he is the biggest tyranny around. despite the fact he's an elected officer. The Constitution is supposed to be serving the people of the United States instead of himself. Now, how's that dance floor work for the United States people? Are we going to be using this thing? Are we going to be using the Rose Garden at all? Or are we going to be just sightseers for it? Kind of sucks seeing that, you know. Rose Garden gone, planted by a Kennedy, and now it's crap because of Trump. And he wants more gold. And we voted it in. See, a lot of people are worrying about if they're going to get any more content on their channel, if they're going to be wondering whether or not they're going to survive. And I'm here to tell you, you're screwed. I'm screwed. If Trump actually decides to do a point where he's going to be going after independence, I'm dead, you're dead. Yeah, she's fussing because she's out in pain. She's fussing because she's a fussy. See, if she was Trump, she'd be just as fussy. And I can check her legs just to see if they're alright. This is what I do. Nothing wrong with the tail. She's just fussy because she doesn't like to be manhandled sometimes, but I'm not treating her nicely right now as much. And once I put her down, she's going to be yelling and screaming because she wants to be held nicely because she is the mama's. So back at it again with the arm. But how does that help us with Trump? Use your imagination, guys. Metaphors out of examples. I'm dealing with a fussy dog 24/7. She's so fussy she doesn't know what she wants to do. Yet I put her down on the ground, and a few seconds later, she'll be complaining to me, running around in circles. Because now I don't have her. But she'll find something to complain about. Much like Trump and his ilk. Much like sending guardsmen into cities. Well, if I'm not mistaken, there had been some reports coming across from anonymous sources within the Guard. They're questioning, why are they there where they're at? See what I mean about the dog? She's got to get the attention. And if she don't, she builds up with intensity. Much like Trump. Much like Trump. So the guardsmen are complaining. And they're asking questions. But good soldiers are supposed to follow their commanders and the orders that they're given from the chief, from the commander-in-chief. That includes a tyrant who has sent these poor dumb bastards, armored and clothed and weaponized, into the city streets, wondering why they're doing this in the first place to their own people. Because they are told to do so. They are not allowed to question. If they question, they are disobeying orders and subject to military code of justice. And be court-martialed, potentially. Maybe subject to Leavenworth or worse. Maybe Trump will take absolute revenge on his own troops by sending them across the waters to different countries. If they're Latino, they're going to Africa. Or maybe worse, find an island and just maroon them there. Problem is, the soldiers know how to survive. Will he do that to his own troops, I wonder? I'm waiting for that. I am waiting for Trash Bag, as I keep calling him, because he is trash, of besides taking U.S. citizens and throwing them among the world and thinking this is going to scare the crap out of people, this is going to change voters, this is a way to keep his power in check. And he's not going to follow the Constitution. He's going to break every damn law he can of it. So, before I say anything further, I got to check with Shield Must Be Obeyed. I know I don't conduct myself in a way that I've seen other YouTubers do it. Yeah, I know. I'm saying the stuff, I'm trying not to freak out as much like I've seen the other independents go. And they want the shock value. And it is crazy of what they're doing and what they're saying. We have Trumpers out there who want to control and manipulate the media one way or another by controlling the narrative. Proving to people that they've got power and we don't. Much like I can pick up a dog. Is that the limit of my power right now as it is? Or do I go full egomaniac and say, I've got the power over you. You will do what I say. This is the thing we're seeing on a constant basis. It's not the federal government. It's what we're reacting to when we got these little lunatics out there who are just ripping for attention. They want attention. They're drilling it from their mouths. And they're willing to do anything to scare the crap out of us to say, you will obey me, right? So those kind of bullies I like to say to. So, I will say that to them. I will say that to the bullies. Bullies of my government. Bullies of the citizens who are acting that way. Who want attention. The only thing I can tell them is, bite me. To the rest of the world, I am not saying bite me. I'm saying tread carefully when you deal with the United States. We have a lunatic for a president who's willing to commit murder. He may have graduated into mobster. And we are subjugated under his crap that we voted in. That no one has admitted any responsibility, accountability, or transparency, even if they did not. And I didn't vote for the bastard, but I didn't do enough to keep him out of office. Not enough words and not enough gas coming out of my mouth to do so. Not enough videos to convince the voters not to allow this shit to happen, because I knew this asshole was going to be stupid. I didn't realize he was also brain damaged enough to cause world turmoil and a national crisis, himself as a tyrant giving us the crisis. I didn't do enough, so I have to admit it. Accountability. I have to be transparent by talking about it on a constant basis and own up. I own it. I am responsible. I am among many, or else I am just one. But I take responsibility for the tyrant. I didn't listen to him, but I didn't do enough to keep people away from the bastard. So I have to own up to that. I have the onus. Does it make me proud? No. Humiliated, humbled, pissed off, angry at a lot of people, and maybe at myself for not doing it much. And I know some people say, well, just let it go. I said, no, I can't. I cannot. I have to own up to it. What's it going to solve? What's it going to hurt? Why am I doing this? Because no one else will. Am I doing this for martyrism? No. I'm putting it on record. I'm putting it on notice. I'm putting it out there. I'll get my ass reamed by him and by his Trumplicans followers. I'll tell him, I didn't vote for your ass. I didn't vote for your ass. I wouldn't vote for your ass. And I didn't do enough to keep you from getting in office and doing this shit to us. And you acting as a tyrant and a bully to people, thinking you're oh so damn hot. You're doing it because you're protecting people. You're protecting your own damn assets. And you're bullying and pushing people for political and egotistical crap. That's what you're doing to us. And I will keep speaking out. You don't like it? Fuck you. Fuck you, Donald J. Trump, and every one of them, every one of you who follow the asshole. And the ugliest term I can actually say, bite me, bitch.